Welcome to One Chapter, One Thought. I'm Pastor Chris from Lincroft Bible Church in New Jersey, and every weekday I read one chapter of the New Testament and offer one brief devotional thought. Today's reading is from the book of Hebrews, chapter 1. Long ago, at many times and in many ways, God spoke to our fathers by the prophets, but in these last days he has spoken to us by his Son, whom he appointed the heir of all things, through whom he also created the world. He is the radiance of God's glory, the exact imprint of his nature, and he upholds the universe by the word of his power. After making purification for sins, he sat down at the right hand of the Majesty on high, having become as much superior to the angels as the name he has inherited is more excellent than theirs. For to which of the angels did God ever say, "You are my son, today I have begotten you"? Or again, "I will be a father to him, and he shall be my son"? And again, when he brings the firstborn into the world, he says, "Let all God's angels worship him." Of the angels, he says, "He makes his angels winds, and his minister a flame of fire." But of the Son, he says, "Your throne, O God, is forever and ever. The scepter of uprightness is the scepter of your kingdom. You have loved righteousness and hated wickedness. Therefore God, your God, has anointed you with the oil of gladness beyond your companions. And you, Lord, laid the foundation of the earth in the beginning, and the heavens are the work of your hands. They will perish, but you will remain. They will all wear out like a garment, like a robe that you will roll up. Like a garment they will be changed, but you are the same, and your years will have no end. To which of the angels has he ever said, 'Sit at my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet'? Are they not all ministering spirits sent out to serve for the sake of those who are to inherit salvation?" One thought. What do we mean when we say that Jesus is the Son of God? That is the question that the author of Hebrews opens his letter with. The author represents the absolute magnificence of Jesus in verses 1 through 4, and then he does something that might seem a little bit strange to us. He demonstrates from Scripture that Jesus is superior to angels. So, why does he go on at length to show this? I think the most compelling reason is because angels are actually associated with establishing the Old Covenant, the covenant that God had made with Israel, and the book of Hebrews is really a meditation on how the New Covenant is superior. One of the backgrounds of this book is that those that were Jewish who converted to Christianity were facing pressure and persecution, and there was a temptation to renounce Christ and return back to the old ways. And so there was great pressure on them. But the author of Hebrews is writing this book arguing that Jesus is superior so that they would be encouraged to hold fast to their faith. And the author here says that Jesus is superior because he is the divine Son. It says, "To which of the angels did God ever say, 'You are my son, today I have begotten you'? Or again, 'I will be a father to him, he shall be my son'?" And when he brings the firstborn into the world, he says, "Let all the angels worship him." Now we need to understand that God is not speaking literally or biologically here. He's not speaking as if God has a physical body and can have relations and then generate children. In the original context of these verses, here the author is quoting from Psalm 2:7 and 2 Samuel 7:14. It's actually God talking to the Davidic king, the human king, and God is saying, "You're my son." And so he's using this idea metaphorically to indicate that there is a special relationship between the king of Israel and himself. But we see the author of Hebrews ratcheting this pattern up and applying it to Jesus, that Jesus has this special relationship with the Lord, not just because he's king, but because he is divine. He is the divine Son. He is one of the persons of the Trinity. He has this special relationship with the Father because of who he is. He is the divine Son, the King of Israel, the one who rules over all. And that is what makes Jesus worthy of worship, because he is superior to angels and to all things.